everyone, Sabrina here from Scrappy Tails Crafts. Today I have a tutorial showcasing our new A7 storefront pop-up die set. This is the actual die set. You can see it's quite large. You get 2 sheets of dies. I'm going to be creating a coffee shop today, so I am going to use some of the dies from the new coffee shop add-on. There's also a flower shop add-on, and I will showcase that one in an upcoming video. Then I'm going to pull in an older product. This is the slimline brick background. I thought it would be cute to create a brick coffee shop. And then the color scheme I went with, I was inspired by a Starbucks gift card. So it's going to be a lot of brown, green, and like red, blue, and yellow. I did do some die cutting. I cut the base twice from craft cardstock, and then from one of the bases on the right side, so the long rectangular side, I die cut the rectangle from the coffee shop add-on. That is the shadow die for the window, so if you want to see what's inside the shop, you would use the shadow dies. So I cut the large window and then the door from the storefront die set. Then I'm going to add my brick background, which I cut from a darker brown cardstock. And I'm just going to cover both bases completely. I kind of wish I trimmed off that border that goes around the brick. I thought for the front of the store I would want that, and I think it ends up looking fine, but I liked how the second base turned out without the border. So if I were to do this card again, I would have cut that off before gluing the brick. And you're only going to need 2 brick backgrounds to cover the entire store. So here you're going to see, because it's a slimline die, I did have to do a little bit of trimming and gluing. But because it's a brick, it's a fairly simple pattern, you are able to just continue that texture all the way down the card. So here's where I realized that I need to have another like brown strip on the left side so that it looks, I guess, seamless. So that's what I'm doing there. I am using kitchen shears right now because I couldn't find any of my craft scissors. Okay, and then I'm going to fill in that little spot at the bottom. In the end, I didn't have to because there's going to be a staircase there. Then I'll go ahead and do the other side. And here's where I decide that I don't want that border anymore, so I'm just going to glue the bricks. I think it would be cute to inlay some of the bricks back into the pattern, but here I kept it simple. You can also use this as a stencil, and I've done that several times in past videos, but this time I decided to use the die and glue it down. The wood grain background would work well for this store, and the cobblestone. So I really want to make a fairy house and a regular looking neighborhood house, so for like a new homeowner. So hopefully I'll have a video showcasing those 2 cards soon, and I'll use both the brick and the cobblestone for those, and then for the flower shop, the wood grain would work really well. So I really love this die because you can use a lot of our older products with it. In today's video, I'm obviously showing some of the new products, but you can turn this into like a pet shop, a bakery, like I said, a fairy house, a regular house. So there's definitely going to be some more add-ons for this. It's just really cute, and I'm thinking I'd like to keep making little houses if my mom can come up with them, and maybe do like a village of houses, of pop-ups for Christmas would be really pretty. So this is the solid base. I didn't cut any windows out of this one, so this will be the back of my card. I have a small spot at the top there that I have to fill in with the scraps of brick. So here I'm just trying to line it up so that it's seamless. So on Friday night, I was on the Craft Roulette YouTube channel. So it was my first ever live, and I really enjoyed it. I was pretty nervous, but I think it went really well and it was a lot of fun. So I'm now considering of doing lives. I am curious to know if you like watching them, because prior to being on the show, I had seen a couple episodes, but I'm not someone that usually watches lives. But if there's enough people interested, I can try to figure them out. And I wouldn't do them like every week, maybe like once a month or so, but I think that would be a lot of fun. And from being on that show, I learned a couple things about how to do lives. So just let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. So here I'm already starting to decorate the front of my store. What I like about this pop-up is you can decorate it while it's still flat, so it's easier to film than some of my other pop-ups. But you can see that I added the curtains to the window, and then I added 3 green stools below the window, so it kind of looks like a coffee bar. And then I added a window to my red door, and then a blue staircase underneath. All of these dies come in the coffee shop add-on and the storefront die set. So on the side here, well, what would be the side of the house, I created a little bistro scene using the chair and table from the coffee shop add-on. I also added a little half circle window to the top. I still felt like something was missing, so because I die cut so many teeny tiny coffee mugs and bottles, I thought it would be cute to create a shelf of those. So the shelf is included in the regular storefront add-on. They're actually flower boxes, but I just cut the tops off to make them into shelves. And then I'm just gonna glue all of my different little coffee mugs. There's also a little bag of coffee beans, and they're teeny tiny, so they're super detailed. And if you love paper piecing, I think you'll love these little stores. I am going to pop up the shelf. I did add 2 layers of black cardstock behind the chair and table just so that they stood out against that busy background. I'm also going to pop up that window and the tree. And this little tree and pot is included in the coffee add-on. Both the flower shop and the coffee shop add-ons have like 40 dies included. So you can create a lot of different looking coffee shops because there's so many options you can go with. And I included so many so that you can do all your die cutting beforehand and have enough to decorate the front, back, and sides of the store. I'm also going to add a couple mugs to the table. There's even like a takeout cup that kind of looks like the Starbucks cups included, so I added one of those to the table. This is the second base, so I did the side the exact same way. I decided to add some lights behind my window. So I'm gluing the string of the light behind my window opening. And I added 2 of those. And then for the very back of the card, I thought it would be cute to include a gift card holder for a Starbucks gift card. So this thanks a latte sentiment is from the A7 pop-up mug die set from the last release. There's also sending a hug in a mug would be cute for this gift card holder. And it's curved because it's meant to go on the plate of the coffee mug pop-up. But it also, I guess, works to go around that notch on the gift card holder. So it was unintended, but it looks really cool. I did add 2 layers of heavyweight cardstock just so that sentiment will pop up a little bit more. And then I just glued that right to the gift card holder. You can stamp a sentiment here instead. And I'm going to glue that right in the middle. So if you haven't seen the new Flower Shop collection, I did post a product showcase video a couple days ago, actually on the day of the release. So if you want to see all of the new products, definitely go and watch that video. I'm also giving away 2 $50 gift cards in that video. So You might want to watch it to see how you can enter. And then you can also catch the replay for the craft roulette, and I will have their channel linked down below. And I also will be giving away 2 $25 gift cards over there, and there's a special discount code. If you check out the comment section of the replay, you'll see the code. So just a little hint there. It does also include the new release, so that's exciting. All right, so now we're going to attach these two pieces together. I'm adding strong double-sided tape to the 1/2-inch tabs on both of these bases, and I'm just going to attach one to the other, creating this long strip. And then I will attach the other tab to the other side without the tab, and then I'll be left with a little box. And then to attach the roof, you're going to use this base piece included in the Storefront die set. It has these 2 triangles on the side and then a 1/2-inch tab at the top. You're going to want to fold 1 triangle forward and 1 triangle backwards, and then add your double-sided tape, which is what I'm doing here. And then, like I said, 1 triangle you're going to bend backwards and 1 you're going to fold forward. So you're going to create like a Z or zigzag shape. And then you're just going to attach each triangle inside the top of the box. And you're going to align the tip of the triangle, or the point, to the point on the sides of the store. Super easy. Before adding this in, you might also want to add your double-sided tape to that 1/2-inch tab at the top. So you can see that that tab is facing forward to the front of the store. It really doesn't matter. It can face the back. So don't freak out if you glued it in wrong. You can do it either way. But in this case, I have the flap pointing towards the front of the store. And that is how we're going to attach the roof. So I wanted to create a 2-toned roof. So I cut it twice, once from craft and once from dark brown. I'm going to hand cut the strips of the dark brown base. And then I will glue these onto the craft base. Before I do that, I am going to reinforce the score lines just so that when I add this to the store, it's going to be easier. And then my camera did shut off, so I had to do that off camera, but very simple. I just offset the 2 colors. Here I'm going to attach it now to my store. So I added some glue to that tab, and then I'm going to line up the roof, making sure that it's even on both sides. So you want the overhang to be equal on each side of the store. And then I'm going to hold that down for a couple seconds to make sure that glue adheres. I should have also added double-sided tape, but this ended up working. And that's it. That creates the roof. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold everything down so that everything is nicely adhered. And then that's how you create the store. So this is a nice beginner-friendly pop-up. No special folds, I feel. I think it's pretty simple. So here I'm just rotating the entire card. This is how the gift card goes in. I think it turned out super cute. So I do have a couple finishing touches. I wanted to add a sign to the roof. So the sign itself comes in the Storefront pop-up, and the coffee word comes in the add-on. So I did add 2 layers of white die cuts behind the green so that they popped out a little bit more. There's also a cursive coffee word die included if you want to use that one. But for some reason, I felt like this font fit the Starbucks vibe of this store, so I went with that one. I did also add 2 black pearls on either side of the sign, and I also added a black pearl to the doorknob of the door. So because I die cut that window on the front of the card, I needed something to go inside. So I have the coffee machine. I added another mug to it. And then I'm going to add some more mugs and bottles to the left side of the machine. This is a little teapot. The set also includes a chalkboard. I thought that would be cute to have like a menu or to also stamp your sentiment. You can also stamp your sentiment behind the door. So when people open the door, they'll see a cute little surprise. So this is a bridge just like any other bridge in our pop-ups. It just has 2 tabs on either side so that you can stick it in from the bottom of the card. You can also do it while the card is still flat, but for some reason I always prefer to do it while it's already popped up. So this is actually the window of the door. I thought I would use it more as like a shelf. So I'm going to have another layer inside my coffee shop. So at the top of the shelf, I'm adding some more mugs. And each mug design cuts out twice. So from one die, you get 2 mugs, I believe. Some of them I think are 3. So while it looks like a bunch of die cutting, it really isn't because, well, it is. I lied there. But it doesn't take as long to die cut because there's multiple dies included in one design. So instead of only getting 1 mug, you can get like 10 mugs because there's a couple varieties and each one comes 2 to a die. So at the bottom, I added a donut and a cupcake. I thought that was cute, and then another mug. So I did add foam tape to that, and then I added it to a brown bridge. But before I attach it to my bridge, I had to add it inside so that I knew where to glue it down. And then that will finish off the inside of the shop. Here I am showing you how that looks. I think it turned out really cute. So that brown bridge I glued further back and higher up so that you could see it. And then that pretty much completes my card today. I hope you enjoyed today's video tutorial. I am going to show a flower shop in my next video, and that one is going to be completely closed, meaning I did not cut a window through the front. So that way you can use the new mechanism that coordinates with it and allows it to pop out of the envelope. So stay tuned for that. I'll have it posted very soon, and then I will have the pop-up or the slimline pop-up tutorial coming after that. So I hope you all have a great weekend. If you haven't seen the showcase, go and check that out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.